The Mel Carmine Show begins in just 1 minute. Support the movement. Visit QFS1776.com for exclusive one-of-a-kind merch that makes a powerful statement. Protect your wealth. Cash is trash. Go to carminesgold.com and secure real assets, silver, gold, delivered anywhere in the U.S. Text Mel at 786-704-8817. Looking to acquire XRP? Minimum is $10,000 investment, and there is no limit, even up to $100 million worth. Again, text Mel with full details at 786-704-8817 and allow up to 24 hours for a response. And if by chance you're visiting Cape Canaveral or you are a local, visit stayingalive.com, alive with 2 E's, and recharge your body at the cellular level. The show with your host, Mel Carmine, starts right now.
For right now, we're going to have Mel come on and talk about staying alive, right?
How you doing, brother?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good, man. You're strong.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm watching you backstage, and I'm saying, oh, my God. A lot of people are saying, red flags. I'm on the phone with the police department, the sheriff's department today. I'm hunting them down like a wildebeest.
Good man.
Okay. And they are pissed off that I'm even asking tough questions, and I don't give a shit. I recorded them and I'm turning it into a podcast. Fuck you. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how I feel. And there's more coming. I'm not done with it. I told them I'm an independent journalist. I'm a podcaster. I'm a filmmaker. I'm this, I'm that, whatever. And I am, and I want to know. I says, you said he killed himself. You don't say how. Did he kill himself with a machete, a knife, a gun? What caliber gun? Is it a 22? Is it a 9mm? Is it 38? Is it a 380? Is it a 357 Magnum? What is it?
Yeah.
Do you have any footage? I guess you guys get called in a 911. You guys got to have some footage.
That's
by law. You have to have the cameras rolling when you pull up to the crime, the scene of the crime. Yep. I want to see the video of him committing suicide. Where's the video? Where's the body? Where's the morgue that has his body? Where's a lot of things, right?
Good job.
And they can't answer the questions, and they're like, well, somebody else picked up the phone. Well, I'm talking for so and so, and I don't have to answer to you. And I got it all on tape.
Nice. Yeah, Colorado's pretty. They're pretty out there, so it's not a good place to live. And if you're going to get caught up in something like this, that's going to suck.
Yeah, it really does. But this thing stinks to high heaven because this guy had an exotic company that produces exotic technology that messes with the petrol industry. And the day after, supposedly or allegedly, that he's gone, the website gets shut down. I know there are people that work for that company. Those people need to come forward, whoever those people are. You understand? There's just too many anomalies that don't make any sense.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Wow.
Yeah.
You're hot on it too. Good.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm hot on their trail, as they say.
Very good.
So anyway, brother, thank you for inviting me.
Don't you dare scroll.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there you go.
I'm getting your videos ready.
Oh, cool. Let's do that.
Which one would you like to look at first?
It's up to you, man. It's a movie about the straw man.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's get some power. It's high energy.
Stop! Don't you dare scroll. What if I told you you're already worth hundreds of millions of dollars? And they're hiding it from you for your entire life. Not a theory, not a guess, actual proof. Everything you think you know about money is a lie. Everything you were taught in school was designed to keep you blind, stupid, and programmed.
Every time you signed your name, every contract, every form, every loan, you weren't just agreeing, you were funding a system that's been profiting off you. They created a twin of you, a legal version, an all caps identity. That's traded like a financial instrument, a bond, generating interest on top of interest on your life. Your energy, your work, your existence turned into profit, but not for you. Your government knows. Big Pharma knows. The hospitals know.
The system is broken. It's working exactly how it was designed, just not in your favor. Capiche?
This film was made at a 3rd and 4th grade level. Not because you're dumb, but because we've all been dumbed down, stripped of truth, buried under complexity. That ends now. Dear Mr. President, show me the money. A film that exposes in precise, undeniable detail what they prayed you'd never question.
If it pisses you off, good. It means you're waking up.
If it makes you uncomfortable, that's the truth knocking. This movie was intended to hit you hard. If you feel like you have to tell everyone you know, then it did exactly what it was engineered to do.
Because if enough people see it, understand it, and move on it, there's going to be a lot of people with a lot of it.
Yep.
There you go.
I had it on mute. Sorry.
No worries. You're good. I got a crazy dog over there. You're gonna wait, buddy. Okay, you're gonna take a number and wait in line like everybody else. Anyway, yeah, you like the trailer, right? Isn't that awesome? And look, again, investigative journalism. We are uncovering the truth, and no one can deny that that's exactly what it is, that they've been trading our marriage license, our birth certificate, our hunting license, our speeding tickets, our parking tickets, everything we signed for. Your car, you think you own a car, you think you own a Lamborghini, but yet you have a registration. Well, guess what? If you don't pay that registration, the state can come pick up your Lamborghini because it belongs to the state. It doesn't belong to you, you foolish people out there. Okay. And your driver's license is traded. Everything you do in life, there's so many things. Bonds. There. You ever hear my name is my bond? My name is a bond. The terminology, my name is a bond. Okay. In other words, you could take it to the bank that I will pay you. Well, they brainwashed us to say that. Well, your social security number is your bond number. And they've been trading you like cattle, the twin, the guy that doesn't exist, which is part of a corporation, corpse, meaning a dead entity. All right. And everybody's worth a minimum 200 million, 300 million. And a lot of you are worth 500 million, 800 million. Some of you are worth billions of dollars. David Strait saw accounts upwards of $35 billion. It's in the movie. We show the proof. When I say capiche, that means, do you understand in Italian?
Yes, I capiche. So it's going to be very interesting when this video comes out and the response from it. Now, you did that show there at the Cape Canaveral area, and how did that go?
Oh my God, that was freaking! We just literally captured lightning in a bottle. It was energetic. It was a spiritual movement. It was spiritual enlightenment, whatever you want to call it. People just didn't want to leave. Juanito was on stage till 11:30 at night. Did you ever hear Juanito going to an event, staying on stage? If he would have stayed till 2 o'clock in the morning, the last 60 people would have left when he got done speaking. I had to literally drag him off stage, say, "I got some pizza backstage for you," and it was so funny.
You had some good. You get some good pizza too. A good place.
Yeah, he's hysterical. He really loved our crowd. He loved the location. He loved staying alive. He wants to talk to me now. I don't know what he wants to talk to me about, but I think he might want to do just a hunch. I think he might want to do another event down in Cape Canaveral, and he might be on stage with a guy you might remember. I think you're old enough to remember a guy by the name of Bill Gould.
Oh yeah.
Remember Bill Gould, the Equinox ex-CEO, which I'm very, very good friends with.
Nice.
He might be on stage with Juanito on the next one. Just a little hunch, a little birdie telling me this.
Well, there's one a fraud event we did, bond fraud or bond gate in Las Vegas a few weeks ago, and we're going to do another one, I believe in June. And Juan's talking about doing 3 other ones, even larger events across the country. So that might be what he's
yes. So I don't know if he wants to use our location, because I think he likes the small location with 200, 220 people or so. It's more controllable, et cetera, et cetera. He wanted to make sure we had enough security. God, we went overboard on security. I think
very important.
There was 29 people with guns that they were like marksmen in the crowd. You know what I mean? It's like, are you crazy? Security. I said, you don't know who the security is. When I was up on stage, I says, because we don't have shirts and marked. We got these little things in the ears, trying to act like we work for someone in Washington, D.C. and all that nonsense, is we communicate telepathically, but we're here. Okay. So he wanted to make sure that he was protected. He was well protected.
Yeah, very good. And that's the way it was at the bond gate too. We had some really good protection. He says the next one will be even twice as much, even better. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So he's talking about even bigger events. I don't know. So he'll talk to you about.
I got him hooked up with some big venues potentially here in Titusville. I don't know if he's going to pull the trigger on any of those.
Yeah.
That are airplane hangar size, etc. That are huge. So that could be like 700-800 people event. That's if there's tables and in the event. If there's no tables and we do a tent outside for the dinner and lunch, then it might be more like 1,200, 1,500. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he was talking kind of those numbers, across the country. This probably, if they have a bar in the center of the 800, and he's saying they may move it for him. And if they do, we can get up to 6,500, maybe 700. But he's talking about 1,200 or more going across the country. So these are going to be great. Like your movie, it's a great reveal, and the stuff that on your shows. I saw some of the stuff you're coming out with. You're right on, brother. Good job.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. One thing we want to definitely do with this movie, if I could have my cake and eat it too, Mike, is to try and get as many police officers to watch the movie and the police officers to start digging. We want the police officers to start turning those weapons in the right directions and to start asking some questions, because questions need to be asked and questions need to be answered. Tough questions, not just softball questions, because at the end of the day, yes, some of them know what they're doing and they're troublemakers, because if you know what you're doing and you know that those ticket money is being traded, meanwhile, you're in the highest divorce rate profession in the world. Okay. A lot of drugs and a lot of alcoholism through the police departments behind the scenes at home, etc. And the highest divorce rates and the highest, trouble at home, etc. So if you're really out there and you know what you're doing and you got those kinds of problems at home and you're causing trouble out in the street, that makes you a troublemaker. Shame on you. But if you don't know and you want to get educated, this is your chance to get educated and start asking the tough questions, because I think, we're going to find out if you're a part of humanity or you're not part of humanity. Talk is cheap, right? Yeah.
And they've already started busting a lot of these cops with the fraud. I've been hearing upwards of 50% of police forces are in jail in some areas now. So we need to educate them. They probably get roped into some sketchy stuff, and everybody's been doing it for a long time, so they're just part of so we need to break them free from
absolutely that. Well, you see, Mike, I knew about the straw man for a long time. The only problem is I had a problem connecting the dots because nobody was really explaining it properly. They didn't really take their time, and they were trying to use big college words. All these people that go to college, they learn those 18 fancy words that they scramble around, use over and over again to try and make themselves sound more intelligent than everybody else. And I just dumbed it down. I just took it. I said, you know what? Okay, now I understand it. Now I'm going to dumb it down and I'm going to explain it, Mel Carmine way, right? I put the Carmanism into it so that people could understand it and people could go and start doing the research, because they'll understand it for the first time. I think the movie is going to be very powerful. It's going to be $5.89. It's not going to put you in the poor bank, okay? Because I need to fund the next movie. The next movie is Donald Trump meeting with the generals in a private room, them asking him to run for president, him coming down the escalator with the sign in the background that says money exchange. And I'm going to tie in the XRP and the new financial system into the Q movement, into Donald Trump being part of that movement on both fronts. And we're going to explain the most prolific story in the history of the world. And now, because of artificial intelligence, we can actually make it look like there are actors in the room meeting with Donald Trump. I'm waiting to see this new software that my editors found. They're so excited to show it to me. And I'm excited to look at it, because I never thought I would be an ex-pizza guy being in the motion picture business through artificial intelligence. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's going to have to be like a 17-part movie.
That other little clip?
What's that? Sure, you
wanna-
can show the other one.
Yeah, good. I like this one too. They're both fantastic.
I'm about to tell you a story that is going to absolutely piss off a lot of people in the United States of America. What if everything you've ever known is a lie? Because I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that we've been bamboozled in ways that you can't even imagine. From the creator who dared to question everything in Dear Mr. President comes a revelation so explosive it will shatter your perception of reality. This is the biggest scam ever, and your government, it thinks that you are stupid.
And the whole fake system is set up. It's all fake.
The straw man, the greatest heist in history. Before your first breath, a covert system claimed you a ghostly double made of paper, a financial slave in a world you can't even see.
The straw man. I am not that fucking straw man. That's not me. I am not all cap letters. I am me.
They've used your name as currency, trading your life in a game rigged from the start. Basically, when you're born, they put some little ink underneath your feet, and they give you the all caps name on your social security or social slave number, okay? And that's exactly what you are. That is your bond number. Every document, every signature, every debt is an elaborate illusion. You go get a marriage license, it's a bond. You get divorced, it's a bond. You get a driver's license, it's a bond. You get a fishing license, it's a bond. You get a hunting license, it's a bond. You get a ticket, that ticket gets traded. Driver's license, insurance, all of this nonsense. These are all bonds that are being traded in your name, and they're making billions and trillions of dollars. Once you know the truth, you hold the power to choose. The system will fight back. It will try to silence you, erase you. The choice is yours.
Yeah, it's truly powerful, Mike. And if people understand exactly how compound interest on top of compound interest on top of compound interest, by the time you're 19, you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars. By the time you're born and they ink your feet, and by the time you turn 18, you're already worth. You understand? So this is what's happening. And to be quite frank with you, the reason why we're charging $589, I got a few projects that I need to fund. One of them happens to be something that's going to take social media down to its knees. Why do we need to take social media down to its knees? Why do we need to take the bull by the balls ourselves as podcasters and do what we have to do? Because we made the movie DearMrPresident.net. If you go to DearMrPresident.net, which is a movie about censorship, it's free of charge. Yes, that movie did get to the people that it was supposed to get to, including Donald Trump. I don't know if it caused him to do the executive order that basically says, hey, you can no longer censor podcasters like Michael and Mel Carmine and Nino Rodriguez and company ever again. We have an ironclad, but they're thumbing their nose at the rule of law, and they're still censoring us, including Rumble. Make no mistake about it. I sent a very elaborate email to Rumble. They have yet to reply. Okay? So I got to start tube1776.com. That's coming. Okay. That's another project that's on my table. So give us the money so we can fund these projects. And I promise you, there's never going to be any censorship on Mel Carmine's channel. And I'm going to open it up and I'm going to go partners with all the podcasters. I'm going to make them all rich. You know why? Because I need my soldiers to be well funded. I don't want them scraping. I want them to be able to fight the New World Order and defeat it to the fullest extent.
Beautiful.
You understand? So that we can't wait for Donald Trump to just sign an executive order and expect some magical God to appear from the sky and all of a sudden, boom, it happens. No, it happens when you grab the bull by the balls and say, okay, motherfucker, I'm in charge now. Let's go.
That's a good one. I like that. Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
So, I don't know, maybe I'm wacky, but with the artificial intelligence and smart kids like my chief editor, Mr. Goodluck, and people that he's running who are incredibly uber smart, why not? I just need the little piece in the back that is in charge of the money, so make sure that you guys get a fair share, a fair cut. So how many times has YouTube and social medias went and tweaked the payment system, always in their favor, not in your favor? How many times? I lost count. What if you had a company out there that censors, no censorship at all, with the exception of no bedtime stories to my kids with some testicle fucking people. All right. I don't want no sex on my channel, and I don't want nobody making any death threats. Other than that, you're able to talk about anything you want to talk about. Unlimited. And no more commercials. Gee, what a thought.
Yeah. I love it. All right, brother. How can people find you?
Well, they can go to Mel Carmine Podcast on YouTube. That's my main channel. And then I got like 7 other channels. And if you happen to be in Cape Canaveral, pull the body over and let's put it inside staying alive. Let's charge the body. Your body's exactly like a Tesla car. You know what I mean? A Tesla car can only go for 400 miles, and it's got a pull over. I got to tell you a story about the Tesla car. It's amazing. The Chinese company, BYD or something like that, BYD, I think you know the name of the company. It's an electric car company. They went to an engineer who was an artificial intelligence software and told that artificial intelligence engineer software to create a recipe for a battery that could be charged in under 5 minutes. Well, guess what? They achieved that.
Wow.
They didn't go to an engineer that's a human being that's 100 times stupider than the artificial. The artificial intelligence is right now 100 times smarter than all of us. 100 times. And it's going to go to 1,000, and it's going to go to 2,000, and it's going to go to the point where they're going to be doing operations on bodies, and it's going to get to the point where the artificial intelligence says, hey, you guys are in our way. You're stupid. Can you please get out of our way so we can go faster? Okay. In the next 5 years, 6 years, you're going to think you're living in a science fiction novel. I promise.
Sweet. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Thanks for coming on and sharing your info. And we'll look forward to, sharing more of your stuff in the future. So.
You're awesome. Thank you for inviting me. A big kiss to your beautiful wife.
Absolutely. Cheers, brother.
Thank you.